Can CASSIUS IFL TV proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're at Alexander Palace here for...
Nice to get you before you hit the vodkas.
This is a thing now,
Sure, isn't it? You know what I mean? In that little snide Gucci bag, you know there's a bottle of Smirnoff. Sorry, mate, carry on.
Excuse me, mate. Who's that suit again, mate?
Sorry?
Suit.
Dolce Gabbana, mate.
Okay, nice. Canelo freebie?
No, one of my
There we go.
Yeah.
What? One of your partners? Yeah. Connor, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you? I don't want to be in the middle of this.
No, it's all good.
Dolce Gabbana.
No, but he paid for that. That's different.
I'm not surprised with his day.
Oh.
Well, I'm not in the room with this. Really. You look quite quick.
Right, let's jump straight to it. Chris Van Heerden done, is it?
No, as I said the other day, Chris Van Heerden has accepted an offer that we've discussed. We haven't finalised the deal yet from our side, but ready to go with that fight. Maurice Hooker accepted the fight. We did that deal with Golden Boy. He called a week later and said he got his back injured in like the second day of training. He was our first choice. So I think it's very likely to be Van Heerden next.
You happy with that?
Yeah, of course I am. Any of the top Americans or, the top fighters over there, obviously he's just fought Jaron Ennis, so, people want to do that comparison, well, that's fine.
I believe the Ennis fight was in Ennis's 26th fight. Is that correct?
Yeah, and it was Chris Van Heerden's last fight.
Right.
So obviously he's been out, COVID, I know he had some family issues as well, but he's a good fighter and he's a southpaw and he's extremely tough. Tough man. The fight against Jaron Ennis, I think, only went one round, did it? Because it was finished on cuts. I mean, he was clearly winning the fight. That was a joke, it was only one round. But like I said, I saw someone interviewed me yesterday and said, a bit of criticism about Chris Van Heerden. I said, his last fight was against Jaron Ennis on Showtime. He's not okay for Conor Benn. So they must think that Conor Benn is a lot better than Jaron Ennis.
Well, they must think it's like one or the other. It's like I'm either really terrible.
But if you're terrible, you'll lose to Chris Van Heerden.
Or Algieri, or Vargas,
but no
Formella.
disrespect to Algieri, but Van Heerden is a different kind. He's bigger. I think he's tougher. He's more durable.
But you
and this
you
is
say
the last
this,
time.
but you say this.
Don't start getting the up with me.
I'm not getting the up.
Because last time once you knocked Algieri Spark out, I got in the ring and you went, when are you going to start?
No. Listen, I'm not getting the up. I'm not getting the up. I'm calm.
I rate you highly.
So
but I'm telling you, that Van Heerden is a tough fight, and it was okay for Jaron Ennis.
Yes.
Last time out on Showtime, in his 26th fight, but when Conor Benn steps in the ring with him, all of a sudden, it's Chris Van Heerden. So
mental,
you
isn't
can't win.
I said to him a month ago that the fact that people are complaining about these kind of former world champions, whoever, fighting Conor Benn is a compliment to him, actually, isn't it?
But Formella, Vargas, Granados, Algieri, Van Heerden.
But it's just mad because they're good enough for Sean Paul to fight. They're good enough for Amir Khan to fight or Virgil Ortiz. They're good enough for all these other names to fight. But then when I fight them, it's he's past it or what. And it's just mad. It's just like, why don't you just give me the credit I deserve?
When he boxed Formella's fight before was with Sean Porter, headlining on PBC. And it went 12 rounds. Then he steps up against Formella. Oh, well, he just lost to Sean Porter, didn't he? Well, obviously, yeah. So I've always said we are, I think, 2 to 3 fights behind Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. That's my opinion. Not in terms of ability, just in terms of the progression. So therefore...
Do you agree with that?
In terms of progression, yeah. Every fight I leveled up every single time. I've displayed different qualities and different attributes I got inside me. So, I'm always working, always progressing. So why have these fights when I don't need to right now when I'm progressing the way I am? If that makes sense. So we're always learning, we're always growing. And each fight I will learn, I'll improve, I'll demonstrate something different. So I'm ready for him now. But it's all with Eddie. I would have them fights now. If he's presented you guys to me for my next fight, I'll take that fight any day of the week. So
I also pass that over to Tony. We're Conor's a fighter. So he wants all these fights now. When he starts talking about Eubank, he'd probably fight Eubank at 160.
I did say that to Tony.
Yeah, but you're both at very different stages. Yeah, you would.
156.
But I don't think Eubank come down at 156. But anyway, that's where you say they're at very different stages in their career. Conor Benn is an upcoming fighter looking to challenge for a world title. Eubank is in the last stages of his career. Normally, that's the kind of fight, a bit like Khan Brook, where you both sort of say to each other, listen, do you want to cop a payday? Because we're almost done. But what you don't want to do when we're chasing world championships at 147 is to make a fight like that, get beat, and all of a sudden derail the dream, which is to become welterweight world champion. But we're also up for discussing that fight. It's not that we won't discuss it because it is a huge fight. But I don't want to see him move up to 156, 157, fight a guy that's going to rehydrate to 175, lose, and then all of a sudden we're derailed on what the plan is, which is the plan is going beautifully well to go and progress and win a world title at 147.
Why do you keep saying lose? Because what if I win?
Yeah, but
Which
you're,
is highly
but you're
likely.
at a total disadvantage. A total disadvantage.
think so?
You're a £147 welterweight. You want to go up to 157, 158 pounds to fight a middleweight, right? This is why you need people like Tony Sims around you, because you, my friend, would fight anyway. You probably fight, I don't know, Canelo. I know, exactly. see. But I think it's a fascinating fight, and I'm not against it. But there's just some sensible heads on to say, look, we're really in. Conor Benn is in a fantastic position. He's getting better and better, bigger and bigger. So don't fuck it up now by doing something stupid, just because the money's unbelievable. The money's going to come, and the money's there already. Yeah. But he just, Conor is feisty. Wants to get in there with everyone, fight everyone now in a big money fight. That will come, and we want the big money fights, but we also want to do things right.
When I spoke to you at the workout the other day, you said you was told that talks had happened regarding a potential fight with Chris Eubank. When I spoke to you the next day, you kind of half dismissed that and said that there hasn't been any kind of
only
serious
between
talks.
me and Callum. Callum messaged me and said, who have you been talking to? And I said, well, no one yet. He said, well, do you want to talk about it? I said, yeah, we'll talk about it. But he's got circles around, Eubank's mates, and he's, I'm sure everybody looks at it and goes, and it is a massive money
Is it
fight.
realistic?
I don't know. I don't know Eubank in terms of his weight. He's tight at 160, but it's how far you can come down.
It's not it's realistic from our.
Yeah, I would want it at 154.
How much
for me, and it's ultimately it's Conor's decision at the end of the day. But for me, I wouldn't want that fight over 154. You've got two guys, it's catchweight in the middle, and I don't see Eubank making 154, 155, 156. I don't know, but
he's the one that said about catchweight, didn't he?
It has to be catchweight because
No, but alluding to the fact that he could come down to an agreed weight.
But that's up to them to say. But also, there's rehydration. I mean, again. All these things to consider. But listen, if the deal was right, the money was right, and it was presented to Conor. But for me, I think he can go on and win a world title at 147. That's the goal. And I don't want to be derailed from that focus and that target unless the opportunity was too good not to look at. So, we shall see.
We're so close now. Do you know what I mean?
Two fight. I mean, you got this fight, and then your next one after this.
Say I bang whoever it is at next. Well, then you're right there. You got Eubank, Spence fighting.
Yeah, but all those fights and the way you're going, the way your profile's going.
I had a picture of Josh Taylor today, by the way.
Yeah? Oh, you want him as well?
No, he wants it. So
does he?
Yeah, he's gone to me. Yeah, me and you, let's get it on and all that. I've gone. Yeah, all right, mate. I'll move up.
While I've both got you here, just finally, can we kind of talk about David Avanesyan here?
If you want.
The name that always comes up every time. People throwing David Avanesyan.
Yeah, and I've seen who he's fighting,
mate. Just look at who he's fighting. So, at the end of the day, David Avanesyan is fighting some geezer called Metz or something that I've never heard of in my life. The fight before that, he fought Liam Taylor. No disrespect to Liam Taylor. He turned down from us Abel Ramos. Was that his name? Can't remember the guy's name. In an eliminator for the world title in Los Angeles to fight Liam Taylor. He's now fighting Metz, right? So when he starts fighting in his recent run, people like Van Heerden, people like Algieri, people like Granados, then talk to us. He's a brilliant fighter. I've said it before, but it doesn't always work out like that. So
they paint a picture, and they've tried painted the picture really well. Like, we're scared of Avanesyan or with this and that. No, but look at who he's fighting. Look, I ain't gonna do him no favours either. Do you know what I mean? And I say that because I don't need him. I don't need him at all. I can fight whoever else. My career don't depend on him, but you can see it's a money grab from his point of view. Because who else is he calling out? Who else is he wanting to call out?
To be honest with you, I've done it before, where I've used someone's name for publicity.
Have you?
Yeah, and I've pissed off those people so much that actually it makes that person go, fuck off.
Who?
You know what I mean? there's quite a few actually. But it's been a long run.
Okay.
But it's saying what he's looking at it now, seeing this guy slagging him off all the time. Oh, he's scared. He's out, and it makes you just go, all right, mate. Okay, you fight Mets in front of 400
Yeah,
people.
Carl Greaves and Nick, whoever it is, his team gone. You lot crack on. You lot do what you got to do. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't want to say, oh, I'm scared and oh, I'm this and oh, I'm that. Am I really though? Do you know what I mean? When you look at who I'm fighting about progressions getting a world title, if you had a final eliminator on the table and he's turned that down to fight Liam Taylor or Metz, it's like, yeah, all right, mate, pull the other one.
Imagine if he fought Mets. Just for a second, yeah? We announced the new fight, April 16th, Manchester Arena, is Conor Benn headlining against Mets. By the way, I hope Mets ain't watching, because he ain't going to be very happy with me, whoever he is. But can you imagine? I mean, that show, Avanesyan against Mets, and no disrespect to Shiraz against Jez Smith, if I put on a show like that, I would get absolutely obliterated. And if he fought a guy like that, he would get absolutely obliterated. But you know what? That's what happens when you're at the top, because everyone wants to try and bring you down. Bad news for you, we're staying there.
Drop the mic.
Well, let's go.
Right, go on, let's go with some boxing. Thank you very much, guys.